It's good to be in Glasgow. We've been looking forward to this ever since we won our first round and we saw that England had. We felt like we were on a collision course. We saw some of the footage of the tie against the Yanks and it looked pretty good, and we wanted a part of that. I know Leighton did. I just can't imagine there'll be the same depth of feeling against us from the locals because we're Aussies. Surely we're more popular. Did you know that in Australia, 10% of our population are either direct immigrants or descendants of Scottish immigrants? 2 million people. So surely everyone in Glasgow knows someone back in Australia. Look, you've done unbelievably well, obviously. As was mentioned, you've beaten 2 Grand Slam nations to get here. We're desperate not to be the third. We don't want good things to happen in threes. Congratulations to you, Leon. It's fantastic that Andy has really committed to the team and the competition. It is a team event. He'll be better for it. British tennis will be better for it, and the competition is better for it. For this to be a robust competition, and it is a fantastic competition, we need the best players in the world playing. So for Andy to commit, fantastic. Really sorry to hear that he's not well. I'm sure it's just a 24-hour thing. No, look, I'll be honest with you, mate. We want him firing. It's going to be fantastic. To my team, guys, thank you. Been great. We started off in New York, training in New York after some of the guys had lost at the US Open. I thought we were headed to Roehampton, but something happened along the way and they got lost and they ended up in Chiswick. Then they had a day at Wimbledon. I don't know why they ended up at Wimbledon. I think Leighton had won the tournament and he took the guys there for one day of practice, and now we're here in Glasgow. We had to make a bit of a mad dash to Glasgow to get ready on Sunday because we thought the court was ready on Monday. So it's been a little bit circuitous, but we've made it. And the guys have enjoyed every minute of it and they've put in, which is what they do. We snuck through a few rounds. We got a little lucky. We got through a match against the Czech Republic and against Darwin, and it's been a real team event. Everyone has put in at some point, and that has made it a really enjoyable ride this year. This is my first year as captain, and talk about timing, because we have not been in the World Group since 2006. So I've done pretty well, but I just want to tip my hat to, what do they say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, or something like that. But I just want to tip my hat to Pat Rafter, who was captain of this team prior. And I also want to, everyone just, for 1 minute, Tony Roach is a guy that's had an enormous impact on Australian tennis, not just as a player, but as a coach, as a mentor. He's truly the people's coach. He'll coach anybody. All you've got to do is ask him. He loves the game, he loves the athletes, and he has been an enormous part of this team, and he's a big part of the reason why these guys are in the semi-finals. Now, Tony can't be here for family reasons, but I know we're thinking of him, and we're going to play just that little bit harder, because if we get to the final, there's a good chance he'll be there, and we want that. I've got to mention Leighton. I know he's been mentioned. He's probably sick of it. He may not be. He might enjoy it. But, I was involved with Leighton in the early 2000s as a coach. He's just been enormous, and this is what I talk about Andy, the effect that he can have on British tennis. Leighton's had that effect on Australian tennis, and he will continue to do that. It's not so much what he says, it's what he does. It's not just his feats on the court, but it's all of the efforts that he puts in behind the scenes. He's been a wonderful mentor to young Australian players ever since he was world #1. I guess that's a tradition that we'd like to think that Australian players pass down. I've got to thank my support staff. Piercy, I know you're going to come up in a minute, so get nervous. I don't think he sings as well as you, Matt. That was very good. Did you know that, I digress, but I was listening to some music while I was showering, and it was AC/DC. They were Glaswegians, and they emigrated to Australia as kids in the late 50s, and they're our biggest musical export. So I'm not sure if you're doing AC/DC, and I'm not sure if you're going to accompany AC/DC. We'll see. Where was I? Oh, my team. Ivan, he's Colombian, he's our physio, he's very good. Delabor, Slovakian, he's our masseur, he's also very good. Kath is a dinky Aussie, she's our team manager, and she's a surrogate mother to all of the boys at that table. The doc, he's a red wine drinking sophisticate from South Australia. John Millman, he's ranked 7 in the world. He can't get a run in the team, but boy, does he put in. He's a good man. He's a Queenslander. Bolty, Alex Bolt, another lefty from South Australia. The Bull, he's Josh Eagle. He's the coach of the team, and then the 4 team members. That's about it. Piercy? Darren?